First and foremost, we must talk about the highly anticipated return of a true legacy character. After a period of agonizing absence, Jason is officially making his way back to our screens next Monday. If you ask me, a Port Charles without Jason always feels fundamentally off balance like a ship without its anchor. We have watched him evolve from the bright-eyed medical student with a promising future into the stoic, fiercely loyal protector of his chosen family. His journey is the epitome of long-term storytelling, weaving through decades of heartbreak, danger, and unwavering devotion. When he returns, the ripple effects will be felt in every corner of the city, especially within the complex webs of his most deeply connected families. The dynamics between him, Sonny, and Carly have always been the beating heart of the mob underworld, but this time, things feel different. The trauma of his recent captivity has fundamentally changed him, and as older women who have watched him grow up, we can see the heavy toll it has taken on his soul. I cannot help but wonder how his character integrity will hold up against the new challenges waiting for him at home. He is returning to a town where his son, Danny, has been making reckless decisions, even going so far as to confess to a crime to clear his father's name. In the past, Jason would have immediately stepped back into his role as the invincible enforcer, ready to shield everyone with his own body. But the Jason we are about to see is a man reconsidering his entire existence. He is contemplating walking away from the dangerous life he built to truly protect Danny from the shadows that have haunted their family for generations. Watching him struggle with this profound internal conflict is a testament to the brilliant, character-driven narratives that made us fall in love with this genre in the first place. His return is not just a triumphant homecoming, it is the beginning of a deeply emotional reckoning that will challenge everything we thought we knew about his priorities. As if the emotional weight of Jason returning wasn't enough, we are also preparing to welcome back another familiar name with a brand new face. Serena is coming home, and this time, the incredibly talented Kelly Kruger will be stepping into the role. For those of us who remember Serena as a sweet little girl caught in the chaotic, larger-than-life orbit of Lucy, this recast feels like the opening of a fascinating new chapter. Recasts are a staple of our beloved medium, and while it can sometimes take a moment for us veteran viewers to adjust, a strong actress can breathe entirely new life into a legacy character. Serena has so much untapped potential, carrying the historical weight of her family name while navigating the modern complexities of the cosmetics world. I firmly believe that Serena's return is going to shake the foundation of Deception. Lucy has always been a whirlwind of ambition and dramatic flair, and bringing Serena back into the fold creates the perfect opportunity for some delicious generational conflict. Will Serena align with Lucy's grand visions, or will she bring her own hidden agenda to the boardroom? In the golden era of soap operas, returning daughters always brought secrets from their time away, and I have no doubt that Serena is hiding something significant. Her character integrity demands that she be more than just a background player. She needs to be a formidable force who challenges the established order. The dynamic between her and the other strong women in town is going to be an absolute thrill to watch unfold. Speaking of daughters growing up before our very eyes, we must discuss the sudden and dramatic aging of Scout. The talented young actress Kaden Brenna Tokarski is taking over the role, transforming Scout from a little girl into a young woman ready to take on heavier, more mature storylines. We longtime fans are no strangers to this phenomenon. Rapid aging of children has been a narrative tool used for decades to propel stories forward. While it can be jarring to see a child suddenly jump a decade in age, it is absolutely necessary for the kind of long-term storytelling that keeps our show vibrant and engaging. An older Scout means we are about to delve into the complicated psychological aftermath of her chaotic childhood, especially considering the recent traumas involving Drew. If you ask me, the writers are positioning Scout to become a central figure in the ongoing tensions between her deeply intertwined families. With Danny already stepping into the spotlight with his rebellious and fiercely loyal actions, an older Scout will provide the perfect counterbalance. Will she resent Drew for the danger he has brought into her life, or will she fiercely defend him? The sibling dynamic between Scout and Danny is ripe for exploration, echoing the complex relationships of past generations. I am incredibly eager to see how she navigates the heavy expectations placed upon her shoulders. She is a legacy character in her own right, and giving her a more mature voice will undoubtedly add a rich new layer of emotional depth to the canvas. Now, let us turn our attention to the completely new faces arriving in town, starting with the enigmatic Hudson, portrayed by Troy Lennon Appel. The arrival of a mysterious, wealthy businessman is a classic trope that has fueled some of the greatest storylines in our show's history. Whenever a handsome, powerful stranger steps off a plane and into the lobby of the local luxury hotel, you and I both know that trouble is closely following behind him. Hudson is reportedly in town searching for a specific resident, and that tiny detail alone is enough to send our imaginations working in overdrive. Who is he looking for, and what kind of history do they share? In my years of watching, I have learned that characters like Hudson never arrive by accident. He could be tied to a forgotten secret from 20 years ago, or he might hold the key to a current, unresolved mystery. Is he a long-lost relative of a legacy character, or perhaps a dangerous rival from someone's hidden past? The beauty of introducing a completely blank slate like Hudson is the endless web of possibilities he brings with him. I suspect he will quickly cross paths with our most formidable matriarchs, and his presence will likely ignite a chain reaction of alliances and betrayals. We must keep a very close eye on his every move, because men like him always have a master plan hidden up their tailored sleeves. Alongside the mysterious businessman, we are also welcoming a brilliant new medical professional. Tristan, played by the dashing Dean Geyer, is an Australian surgeon arriving at the hospital in search of a fresh start. There is something incredibly nostalgic about a talented, handsome doctor walking the halls of our favorite hospital, reminding me of the days when medical drama and steamy romances went hand in hand. However, if there is one absolute truth in the world of daytime television, it is that nobody moves across the globe just for a change of scenery. A fresh start is almost always a desperate attempt to outrun a dark and complicated past. I am highly suspicious of Tristan's true motives. What kind of catastrophic event in Australia forced a surgeon of his caliber to pack up his life and seek refuge in our chaotic little town? I believe his past will inevitably catch up with him, dragging him into the very kind of trouble he is trying to avoid. Perhaps a former patient, a scorned lover, or a dangerous enemy will follow him, plunging the hospital staff into a new crisis. Furthermore, a handsome new doctor is the perfect catalyst to shake up the romantic landscape. I can already envision the sparks flying between him and some of our favorite leading ladies. His arrival is exactly the kind of classic soapy goodness that keeps us tuning in day after day. Finally, we arrive at the most intriguing and closely guarded secret of all, the identity of the new law partner joining Alexis and Diane. The writers have been incredibly tight-lipped about who will be stepping into this crucial role, and that level of secrecy is deliberately designed to build massive anticipation. Alexis and Diane are a formidable duo, and any attorney stepping into their orbit must possess a razor-sharp intellect and an undeniable screen presence. But the rumor mill is churning, and there is one specific theory that has completely captured my heart and my imagination. Could this highly anticipated new attorney be a brand new role for the beloved Kelly Monaco? We are all still mourning the tragic and deeply emotional loss of Sam. Losing her felt like losing a member of our own families. Her death left a gaping hole in the canvas that has been incredibly difficult to accept. Sam was a cornerstone of the show, a woman who evolved from a rebellious grifter into a fiercely devoted mother and investigator. The grief we feel as fans is real and palpable. However, as veteran viewers, we know that death is rarely the final chapter for an incredibly popular actor in this genre. Throughout the golden era of soap operas, we have seen numerous instances where an actor's character perishes only for the actor to return a year or even months later as an entirely different person. It is a time-honored tradition in long-term storytelling, a way to keep extraordinary talent on the roster while injecting fresh, shocking dynamics into the narrative. If Kelly Monaco were to return as this mysterious new lawyer, it would be the ultimate dramatic twist. Imagine the absolute shock on the faces of Jason, Danny, and Alexis when a woman who looks exactly like their beloved Sam walks into the courtroom, speaking with a different cadence and carrying a completely different history. This kind of storyline requires a delicate balance of character integrity and bold creative vision. The new attorney would have to be distinctly different from Sam, perhaps a ruthless, by-the-book legal shark who has absolutely no patience for the mob ties that Sam so frequently navigated. The psychological impact on the existing characters would be a goldmine of emotional drama. How would Jason react to seeing the face of his great love attached to a woman who doesn't know him? How would Alexis handle working alongside someone who is a spitting image of her deceased daughter? It is exactly the kind of rich, emotionally complex storytelling that we crave as dedicated fans. While this is purely my own passionate speculation, and there has been no official confirmation regarding Kelly Monaco's return, the deliberate mystery surrounding the new lawyer gives me profound hope. The writers know how much we cherish our history, and they know the power of a truly legendary super couple, as well as the actors who bring them to life. Whether the new partner is a returning favorite or a completely new powerhouse, the legal landscape of the town is about to become incredibly fierce. As I sit back and reflect on all these impending arrivals, I am filled with a deep, comforting sense of excitement. Yes, the faces may change, and the storylines will inevitably take us on a roller coaster of joy and heartbreak, but the soul of the show remains eternally intact. Our passion for these families, these intertwined lives, and this beautiful, chaotic town has never wavered. We have weathered countless storms alongside these characters, and we will undoubtedly weather this new wave of drama with the same unwavering loyalty. I cannot wait to see how this next great chapter unfolds, and I know you will be right there watching every single moment with me.